Chairman, sir, I join all distinguished colleagues and leaders in welcoming you to this very august office, second highest constitutional position of our country. And I have had the privilege of being your colleague in the Lok Sabha when you were there, as well as having you as our Honorable Governor in the state of Maharashtra. And I can tell you with a lot of satisfaction and pride, and for the knowledge of members, that I have not seen a governor who, in less than 2 months of assuming office, visited each and every district of Maharashtra. And I'm sure that would have applied to your earlier stint as Governor of Jharkhand, as Telangana Governor, and as LG of Puducherry. So this itself demonstrates the keenness with which you would like to understand and see for yourself what are the problems, what are the kind of developments. And I'm sure holding this august office, you will have that same vision for going yourself, not that you haven't, but you will go in more detail across the length and breadth of the country and understand the problems more in detail yourself. I would not like to go much more in detail except to say that this House, and I have been a member of both the Houses right from 91 continuously, and as I don't want to call myself a senior, but as somebody who's experienced in parliamentary democracy, I would like to only request you that the level of discourse, debate, and engagement in the Rajya Sabha has been on a decline. Various factors are there. If I say they are responsible, they will get very, angry or excited. I don't want to cast any aspersions on any side. But somewhere a fine balance needs to be drawn. If at all some members have voiced that bills are being passed in less than 2 hours or less or more in din and shouting rather than even a discussion, who is responsible for that should also be pondered upon by those who are making these kind of statements. There is a fact that we come here, and I'm sorry, sir, today being your felicitation, the House is functioning very normally. Post your felicitation, we are already aware what is lying in store for us. Not only for today, but for many days to come. And I'm not casting any aspersions. This is the way the whole parliamentary system has started functioning. I would request you, sir, as somebody who has not only been a parliamentarian, as a governor, and as many positions, public positions you have held, to try and find some fine balance in which all these concerns of both sides can be addressed, but at the same time, there has to be a functioning of Parliament which is very, very much needed. People watch us, people expect a lot of things from us. When we leave for Delhi during the Parliament session, everybody says, oh, you're going for Parliament. And then if somebody asks us, would you raise these issues in Parliament? I am not in a position to say whether, yes, I will even get the opportunity. If the House functions, then only something can be spoken here. So I don't want to go into more detail. I would like to welcome you. You are a person with the highest integrity, long public life, and your demeanor, your personal rapport with people will go a long way. As I have seen in Maharashtra as in Parliament, you will definitely be able to enjoy the confidence of all sections of the House and perform your duties, sir. Not only duties towards the House, but towards our nation and nation building. Thank you, sir. Welcome.
Sri Sharad Pawar ji. So, I find that a number of members are keen to speak. So, yes.
सर, मी महाराष्ट्र राज्यातर्फे आपला या काउन्सिल ऑफ स्टेट्समध्ये अध्यक्ष या रूपाने मनापासून स्वागत करते व अभिनंदन करते सर. Sir, as we extend our arms in welcoming the future under your chairmanship, we hope for an environment where smiles never fade, joy is contagious, and we all carry out the noble task of nation building together with deep passion, mutual respect, commitment, and dedication, sir. Sir, let us resolve once again to maintain this noble house as a sanctum of fairness, justice, and balance, so that the winds that flow from here to all directions of the nation will impact the gross domestic happiness of the nation, and it rises to the highest level of the world, sir. Sir, I would like to bring in one point. The Women's Reservation Bill was passed with great pomp and celebration in this House when we moved into the new building. Sir, I hope to see the reservations of women being implemented in the 2029 elections, and sir, we hope that you are the ones who will take this forward. Meanwhile, sir, I request you to assess the time women members actually speak in this House on any motion. Sir, I request you to ensure that the existing women get 33% of the time to speak in this House as they are, sir. Once again, I, on behalf of Sharad Pawarji's NCP, welcome you as a custodian of parliamentary democracy in this House, and we hope that you leave footprints on the sands of time, sir, by the end of your tenure. Thank you.
I find that a number of members are keen to speak. We will hear all of them and continue to post lunch also. This house stands adjourned to meet
वस्तुस्थिति ये है कि 3 साल मिलाकर 42, 44, 52 और 99 मिलाकर इनके उतने नहीं है जितने अकेले भारतीय जनता पार्टी के 240. मैं ये भी याद दिलाना चाहता हूं, 1984 के बाद से आज तक 40 साल में कभी कांग्रेस को 240 सीटें नहीं मिली हैं. पीवी नरसिम्हा राव जी के समय में 232 मिली थी, बाद में उनकी कुछ सीटें बढ़ी थी. यानी जो 40 साल में मुकाम नहीं हासिल हो पाया, उसके बावजूद उन लोगों की जिस प्रकार की उच्छृंखलता दिखाई पड़ती है, उसके लिए मैं कहना चाहता हूं, इन्होंने कितनी कोशिश कर ली, मगर प्रधानमंत्री जी तीसरी बार स्पष्ट बहुमत के साथ प्रधानमंत्री बनने में सफल